The entire LEGO Star Wars January 2026 wave has been leaked to us, so let's go over every set that we should expect to see come that time. Starting off with set 75436, the Mandalorian and Grogu speeder bike. It's going to cost $10, have 58 pieces, and most notably it's going to include the best version of Mando that we've seen from the UCS Razor Crest. From the whole debacle with the Captain Rex, Venator, and Microfighter situation, I'm sure we can expect people to have similar thoughts and opinions on that here, and I'm sure LEGO felt they needed to include a top tier minifig in this set to boost sales, as they're going to plan on having as many Mando sets on shelves throughout the year as they possibly can. Our next set is another Mandalorian set with 75437, and it's going to be the Cobb Vanth vs. Cad Bane. This set is going to have 207 pieces, cost $30, and obviously it's going to include Cobb Vanth and a Cad Bane minifig. And this will be the first time that we will be getting a Cobb Vanth minifig, which would be really cool, and I'm excited to see how LEGO does that. And as for Cad Bane, gotten him multiple times throughout the history of LEGO Star Wars, but it's always great to see him in another set, and this time $30 is going to be much less than the price of the Justifier. So maybe it's the same minifig, maybe there's a little bit of a difference, who knows, but regardless, I am very excited to see what this set looks like. It should be a sandy type of base plate with these two minifigs on it, but hey, you know what? If you want a cheaper way to get a Cad Bane, this is going to be your perfect opportunity. A set nobody has been asking for in the Clone Shock Trooper mech. Set 75448 is going to have 151 pieces and retail for $15, that typical mech price range. And honestly, how I feel about mechs is I can do without them. I think myself and a lot of other people can agree with that. I mean, we know the Clone Shock Trooper, we know what it's going to look like, so if you want a way to get it for $15 instead of spending $100 plus to getting that minifig in the Coruscant Guard gunship retiring at the end of the year, this is going to be a good way to do that. But honestly, scrap the mech line and add another microfighter or make a playset in this scale. I mean, I don't know why we can't do that. I don't see anybody actively talking or hyping up the mech line. It's just a waste of space on shelves, in my opinion. That's just me. I'm sure there's people that are liking them, and I'm sure they're selling well, as they are not only a great set for play, but they're a great set to get a minifig or minifigs that you might want for a cheaper price. But you know what? I think LEGO can make the most of their shelving space and what we have in stock instead of this mech line. I don't know. They just don't do it for me like other sets do. Our first battle pack of the year is with the Siege of Mandalore battle pack. 116 pieces, $20. So it's better than that 327th Star Corps battle pack we will be getting for $45. And this is going to include 2 332nd Troopers and 2 Mandalorian Super Commandos. I think that's cool. I'm interested to see what the side builds are going to look like. Will there be anything too notable, or is it just going to be getting this simply like most battle packs for most people are, just for the 4 minifigs? What might be the most exciting set of the wave is with 75441, the midi scale Venator. 643 pieces, $80, so it is on the pricier side for the midi scale line, but this is one that fans have been wanting for a while. They sort of teased us with the Acclimator this past year, and that was fine. Nobody thought the Acclimator was going to get made, and it did. And then they're going to have a set that's going to pair up perfectly with that, with the Venator. Now, the biggest question I think I have for this isn't going to be the size of it, because we know it's a midi scale set, but more so exactly, is this going to be a flagship Venator, or is it going to be the standard gray bridge Venator like we see all the time in the Clone Wars and Revenge of the Sith that a lot of people wanted the UCS version to be? My personal opinion is that I don't care whether it's the flagship or just the standard Venator. It doesn't matter to me either way. This is going to be a pickup at some point during the year, maybe not day one for me, maybe in addition with another set or sets for May 4th to be able to pick up that gift with purchase, but I still think this is very promising for other sets we can see with the midi scale line, and the Venator was one that we really needed desperately. Now all we need to complete the Venator trio is a play scale set. Rounding off January is going to be with a brand new buildable BB-8 with 569 pieces, and it's going to cost $90. So price per piece is not there, and that's been a trend recently. And we could also expect this set to take after what we see with these buildable characters and downscaling them to fit in line with the Chopper, the R2-D2, Grogu. So we can expect that, and that's fine with me. I hope this is good. It's been a little while since we've had a BB-8 on shelves, and it seems like LEGO is slowly trying to put 1 or 2 sets a year for sequels back on shelves, which, you know what? I'm all for it. There were some good sets from the sequel trilogy that LEGO has made, but the movies, that's a whole different topic, so I am all for some more sequel sets on shelves. We had the midi scale Kylo Ren shuttle, and then we had the Kylo Ren helmet, and now we are getting at least one with a BB-8 this upcoming year, and that was a buildable character I actually missed out on originally, so I'm happy to get a second opportunity at another one. While that is it for January, that doesn't do it for the set rumors that we have. We need to revisit the midi scale line because we are actually expecting a midi scale AT-AT Walker. Now, I'm taking this one with a grain of salt because it seems too good to be true, but it seems to have 525 pieces, retail for $60, and obviously it being a midi scale set, there will be no minifigs, which I thought that LEGO was only going to make starships because it's the Starship Collection. If this AT-AT is true, that means a whole new plethora of sets come into play, like an AT-TE, maybe a UT-AT, a midi-scale turbo tank. So there's plenty of sets that we can get now, and now the whole sub-theme of the midi-scale line can just get expanded into something even bigger than it already was. Continuing on with more Mandalorian sets, we have Grogu's Homestead. This is going to be a 4+ set. It's going to have 107 pieces, and it's going to cost $20. So we usually see these 4+ sets have a ridiculous price per piece and them just being overpriced. But according to the rumors for the set, it's just going to be a very small buildable Grogu with some accessories. So that's going to be the third buildable Grogu we're going to get. So maybe the name is going to change. I'm not 100% certain on that, but for now, we are going to have to refer to set 75443 as Grogu's Homestead, just something to keep an eye on. And then we have two sets that are still to be announced, and that's with 75421, which is going to retail for $70, and it's rumored to be an Empire set. There's been some noise around this one saying it's going to be an Emperor's Throne Room playset, which that seems believable, you know, it would sell well. And it fits that price range, and it's rumored to be an Empire set, and there's nothing more about the Empire than a throne room playset right there. And you would have the usual suspects, Palpatine, Vader, Luke, and so on. So we've seen this before, and there is a very good chance that we'll see it again. I'm going to say, as of right now, a 75% chance that we will be seeing it again. The set that I actually have no idea about is 75423, which will retail for $100, and it's rumored to be a Rebel set. What this can be, your guess is as good as mine. If I'm going to guess, it'll be a ship. What ship? I don't know, but I still think there are endless possibilities here, and we should have more details on this in the coming months, because right now, all we know is a set name and a price. Overall, not just a January wave, but 2026 sets in general look very promising, and I'm super excited to see what else we're going to get. What other Mando sets are we going to get? Because we know there's going to be at least 3 or 4 others that are going to be coming out throughout the year that weren't already announced. But we can't get too ahead of ourselves because we still have some more Star Wars sets coming out for this year currently in 2025, most notably that UCS Death Star. So let me know what you think about all these new set rumors in the comments below. What do you think is going to be your favorite set? Do you already have a set or sets you're going to be penciling in to pick up in January? Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe for more LEGO content, and I'll see you in the next one.